Normally I wouldn't have bothered with She-Ra since I was never a fan of the original, but then there was a huge flame war around the new designs and the gender politics that made me curious to check out the final product. Because we live at a time when even infamy is fame. So I watched the whole season and it was a complete waste of time. And in case you want more examples as to why, reason number 1, there is hardly any plot in it. Every episode is 20 minutes with around 2 lines of text being enough to summarize it. This is not some everyday slice of nothing happens show where the story does not matter. It's a fantasy action adventure where the heroine needs to save the planet from the apocalypse while fighting a demonic army. And you get none of that because it's the usual SJW bullshit where they make something just for promoting an agenda. They did not give a damn about the quality of the product, they just wanted to tell a message. To the show's credit, it does a fine job at keeping all the leftist bullshit as subtle as it gets. If kids watch this unsuspected, they are not going to notice the homo lust. Something most other social justice warrior shows are not doing. So in this case, it is safe for children to watch it without making them want to change their gender since the age of 5. The problem is the show was not made mainly for children because... Reason number 2, it is boring. It has nothing to keep them interested compared to any run-of-the-mill lol random comedy show out there. Because in case you didn't notice it yet, that's what keeps the attention of kids for more than 7 seconds nowadays. They want constant motion and jokes and silly noises and slapstick violence. She-Ra has none of that. It's so tame you might as well be showing it to them when you want them to fall asleep. The truth is, She-Ra was made for adult gays, who wanted even more representation in modern cartoons by pushing their agenda. And even if you set aside all the nasty messages it promotes, kids are still not going to care about it because... Reason number 3, there is hardly any tension in it. Every fight ends in the simplest, most non-action way imaginable. Just to give an example, the demonic army is made up of inexperienced teenagers who are running away at the first sight of trouble. How exciting! In the meantime, the actual conflict of the show is about teenager girls having silly quarrels with their BBFs and their mummies. It's a bottom-of-the-barrel teen drama masking as a fantasy action adventure. And it sucks even as a drama because... Reason number 4, the character artwork is lazy. The backgrounds look great, but the characters themselves are so generic. They have no personality to them, not to mention how they go off-model in various points. So how can you like the drama when you see there is no effort placed on animating it properly? And don't get me started on how homo everybody acts and behaves. Also, if you thought Rika's thighs were too thick, check out the monsters Glimmer has for feet, holy smokes! And I'm not against having fat characters or homosexuals in cartoons, but you need to balance it with specimens from all sizes and sexual orientations. Something the show does not do. Kids will not notice it, but adults can easily figure out how all males are soy boys, and all females are transgender tomboys. And by all, I don't mean hundreds of millions of different people in that setting, because... Reason number 5, the world is empty. Although the backgrounds look great, there are very few instances where you see more than 4 characters in the foreground. The animators were so lazy they didn't even bother to show crowds in the cities. As a result, you're giving the impression every kingdom is made up of a dozen peasants, a princess, and a queen. Even the enemy attacks are usually no more than a tank and 4-foot soldiers. And if you think that is the only thing that is empty, you'll be wrong, because... Reason number 6, there is hardly any worthwhile characterization. Everybody behaves in the exact same basic way regardless of who he is or what his backdrop story is like. They may have a personality quirk to set them apart, but as far as behavior goes, they are all the exact same generic angsty teenager with first world problems in a world that is dying rapidly by the advance of a demonic mechanical army. And this includes the main villains, who are supposed to be archfiends. Does that sound okay to you? And let me wrap things up by making it clear how there never was much to be bothered by She-Ra. It was never nearly as popular as He-Man, and the new version is not aiming high. The failed He-Man reboot in the early 2000s had a lot more to talk about for trying to have legit plot continuity and somewhat elaborate characterization. She-Ra barely tries and therefore it doesn't have much to fail at. The only thing that keeps it a bit relevant is the internet drama, not the actual quality of the show. It's a lazily made pile of boredom that will die out as soon as the drama surrounding it dies. There is not much to see here, it's more vapid SJW propaganda, so don't even bother.